You don't have to burn books to destroy a culture. Just get people to stop reading them. You must stay drunk on writing so reality cannot destroy you. I have never listened to anyone who criticized my taste in space travel, sideshows or gorillas. When this occurs, I pack up my dinosaurs and leave the room. Why is it, he said, one time, at the subway entrance, I feel I've known you so many years? Because I like you, she said, and I don't want anything from you. We are cups, constantly and quietly being filled. The trick is, knowing how to tip ourselves over and let the beautiful stuff out. Stuff your eyes with wonder, he said, live as if you drop dead in 10 seconds. See the world. It's more fantastic than any dream made or paid for in factories. You must write every single day of your life. You must lurk in libraries and climb the stacks like ladders to sniff books like perfumes and wear books like hats upon your crazy heads. May you be in love every day for the next 20,000 days. And out of that love, remake a world. We need not to be let alone. We need to be really bothered once in a while. How long is it since you were really bothered? About something important, about something real? There is more than one way to burn a book. And the world is full of people running about with lit matches. There must be something in books, something we can't imagine. To make a woman stay in a burning house, there must be something there. You don't stay for nothing. Some people turn sad awfully young. No special reason, it seems, but they seem almost to be born that way. They bruise easier, tire faster, cry quicker, remember longer and, as I say, get sadder younger than anyone else in the world. I know, for I'm one of them. If you hide your ignorance, no one will hit you and you'll never learn. We cannot tell the precise moment when friendship is formed. As in filling a vessel drop by drop, there is at last a drop which makes it run over. So in a series of kindnesses there is at last one which makes the heart run over. Don't ask for guarantees. And don't look to be saved in any one thing, person, machine, or library. Do your own bit of saving, and if you drown, at least die knowing you were heading for shore. Learning to let go should be learned before learning to get. Life should be touched, not strangled. You've got to relax, let it happen at times, and at others move forward with it. With school turning out more runners, jumpers, racers, tinkerers, grabbers, snatchers, flyers, and swimmers instead of examiners, critics, knowers, and imaginative creators, the word intellectual, of course, became the swear word it deserved to be. I'm 17 and I'm crazy. My uncle says the two always go together. When people ask your age, he said, always say 17 and insane. The magic is only in what books say, how they stitched the patches of the universe together into one garment for us. The good writers touch life often. The mediocre ones run a quick hand over her. The bad ones rape her and leave her for the flies. We are an impossibility in an impossible universe. Don't think. Thinking is the enemy of creativity. It's self-conscious, and anything self-conscious is lousy. You can't try to do things. You simply must do things. But you can't make people listen. They have to come round in their own time, wondering what happened and why the world blew up around them. It can't last. I don't believe in colleges and universities. I believe in libraries because most students don't have any money. When I graduated from high school, it was during the Depression and we had no money. I couldn't go to college, so I went to the library 3 days a week for 10 years. Your intuition knows what to write, so get out of the way. It was a pleasure to burn. A book is a loaded gun in the house next door. Who knows who might be the target of the well-read man? Insanity is relative. It depends on who has who locked in what cage. A good night's sleep, or a 10-minute ball, or a pint of chocolate ice cream, or all three together, is good medicine. I don't talk things, sir. I talk the meaning of things. Bees do have a smell, you know, and if they don't they should, for their feet are dusted with spices from a million flowers. Oh God, the terrible tyranny of the majority. We all have our harps to play. And it's up to you to know with which ear you'll listen. There's no use going to school unless your final destination is the library. Love. Fall in love and stay in love. Write only what you love, and love what you write. The word is love. You have to get up in the morning and write something you love, something to live for. It doesn't matter what you do, so long as you change something from the way it was before you touched it into something that's like you after you take your hands away. Anything you dream is fiction, and anything you accomplish is science. The whole history of mankind is nothing but science fiction. First you jump off the cliff and build your wings on the way down. See the world. It's more fantastic than any dream made or paid for in factories. Ask for no guarantees, ask for no security. Without libraries, what have we? We have no past and no future. Nobody listens anymore. I can't talk to the walls because they're yelling at me. I can't talk to my wife, she listens to the walls. I just want someone to hear what I have to say. And maybe if I talk long enough it'll make sense. And I want you to teach me to understand what I read. You have to know how to accept rejection and reject acceptance. That's the good part of dying. When you've nothing to lose, you run any risk you want. I'll hold on to the world tight someday. I've got one finger on it now, that's a beginning. We Earthmen have a talent for ruining big, beautiful things. I have 2 rules in life: to hell with it, whatever it is, and get your work done. So few want to be rebels anymore. And out of those few, most, like myself, scare easily. The first thing you learn in life is you're a fool. The last thing you learn in life is you're the same fool. The minute you get a religion you stop thinking. Believe in one thing too much and you have no room for new ideas. Self-consciousness is the enemy of all art, be it acting, writing, painting, or living itself, which is the greatest art of all. Death doesn't exist. It never did, it never will. But we've drawn so many pictures of it, so many years, trying to pin it down, comprehend it, we've got to thinking of it as an entity, strangely alive and greedy. All it is, however, is a stopped watch, a loss, an end, a darkness. Nothing. Our civilization is flinging itself to pieces. Stand back from the centrifuge. Science is no more than an investigation of a miracle we can never explain, and art is an interpretation of that miracle. That's the wonderful thing about man, he never gets so discouraged or disgusted that he gives up doing it all over again, because he knows very well it is important and worth the doing. Every morning I jump out of bed and step on a landmine. The landmine is me. After the explosion, I spend the rest of the day putting the pieces together. You're afraid of making mistakes. Don't be. Mistakes can be profited by. Man, when I was young I shoved my ignorance in people's faces. They beat me with sticks. By the time I was 40 my blunt instrument had been honed to a fine cutting point for me. If you hide your ignorance, no one will hit you and you'll never learn. Love what you do and do what you love. Don't listen to anyone else who tells you not to do it. You do what you want, what you love. Imagination should be the center of your life. Half the fun of the travel is the aesthetic of lostness. Science fiction is the most important literature in the history of the world, because it's the history of ideas, the history of our civilization birthing itself. Science fiction is central to everything we've ever done, and people who make fun of science fiction writers don't know what they're talking about. That's the great secret of creativity. You treat ideas like cats, you make them follow you. I want to feel all there is to feel, he thought. Let me feel tired, now, let me feel tired. I mustn't forget, I'm alive, I know I'm alive, I mustn't forget it tonight or tomorrow or the day after that. I'm alive. Thinking about it, noticing it, is new. You do things and don't watch. Then all of a sudden you look and see what you're doing and it's the first time, really,